Pull into your parking spots, unbuckle your seatbelts, and silence your car horns because the film is about to begin. But before you do that, you better tune into the right radio station.
The station is 87.9 FM.
As a movie lover myself, I'm so excited. Who knew that drive-in theaters would be back in style in 2020? Social distancing isn't all bad. And sometimes, with retro activities come new experiences. For many, this is the excitement of pulling up to a huge movie screen and reclining back in the comfort of their own car.
I've never been into a drive-in movie, ever in my life, so I'm really excited.
At Orangewood Academy, families line up for a movie in the parking lot. Putting the ing in park, this is the City of Garden Grove's way of reimagining what was formerly movies in the park with COVID-19 spacing and safety. Tonight, it's Dora and the Lost City of Gold.
I'm excited to watch Dora.
This means a lot just because we finally get to do something together because my husband works all day, so it's like finally a time to be here. And then me growing up on Dora the Explorer, it's amazing.
On a different night, we find ourselves at Pacifica High School, showing the cult classic, The Goonies.
It was so much fun, and then when I saw this one, I knew we had to come again. I'm just very thankful to Garden Grove to do this.
And while the drive-in movie itself is fun, there is an additional perk.
Well-being, mental well-being to get out of the house.
It's just cool.
It's good to actually get out of the house.
Yeah. Breathe natural air.
And in the age of COVID-19, getting out of the house, fresh air, and family time have become more important than ever, which is exactly why the City of Garden Grove is making these nights a priority.
We don't get a lot of these times, especially now with everything that's going on. So to have this, it's really, really great. Spend time with the kids, out in the fresh air. Yeah, enjoy family time.
To find out more about activities in Garden Grove, please visit ggcity.org. Reporting for GGTV3, I'm Breanna Greenup.
911 emergency.
I just witnessed a car accident.
Tell if anybody's hurt.
It's pretty bad.
A senseless tragedy on the streets of Garden Grove. Julie Varley, a beloved friend, high school secretary, and prominent church member, was out running errands in the middle of the day when she was killed by a DUI suspect who slammed into her car at Euclid and Chapman.
It was devastating. Julie knew everybody's name on campus. She was really trusted. People came to her with personal problems or school problems, and she was really good about listening, solving the ones she could, encouraging you on the ones she couldn't. That's just not replaceable.
Julie is a victim, and it's tragic.
The suspect in the crash died as well, taking his own life days later.
This didn't have to happen. There has been a major spike in DUI-related fatalities this year in Garden Grove and within the county. Tragedies like these instantly change lives forever.
But it doesn't have to happen.
Be responsible. Find someone to drive you home if you had a little bit too much to drink. Set up a game plan if you're going to go to a party.
You're not the only person using these streets. You gotta be smarter than that.
It's up to each of us. Drunk driving or driving under the influence of any controlled substance endangers everyone and can change your life forever. The Garden Grove Police Department is doing everything we can to keep our streets safe, but we can't do it without your help. Let's put an end to tragedies like this one and work together to put an end to DUI driving.
Drive sober. Save lives. This message brought to you by the Garden Grove Police Department's Neighborhood Traffic Unit.
California law requires all cities and counties to have a plan for how they will meet the housing needs of everyone in the community. When population forecasts are updated, cities like Garden Grove need to update their plans based on a specific number and types of housing they need to meet future needs. But what if we don't want to build more housing in Garden Grove? That's normal. But there are actually a lot of reasons why it's important to meet our community's housing needs. Because of the high cost of housing, it can be challenging for Orange County cities like Garden Grove to provide enough affordable housing for working families, seniors, and young professionals. And our children who grow up here can have a hard time staying in Garden Grove due to housing affordability. Lack of affordable housing can lead to increased homelessness, overcrowding, and the costs associated with managing its effects on the community. Besides, having enough housing for everybody helps fulfill Garden Grove's community vision, especially the values of sustainability, thriving neighborhoods, and community connection. And if we don't get a new housing plan approved, the city could be fined, lose state funding opportunities, lose the ability to issue permits, and in the end, not have a say in where new housing should go. So how many new homes are needed? Based on the state's forecast and the local formula, Garden Grove needs 19,122 new housing units. Of those, more than a third need to be affordable to low and very low income households. The updated housing plan must show the exact locations where future housing can be built and how many homes can be built at each location. So, how do we decide where new housing should go? And what are considered good places for new homes? Vacant lots not set aside as open space. Sites that are underutilized and need rehabilitation. Locations where housing could become more dense than it is today. Locations near public transit and essential services like healthcare facilities and neighborhood retail centers. Areas where housing could be added to commercial buildings or in business parks, creating live-work neighborhoods. And some cities encourage homeowners to build granny flats on their properties. These are called accessory dwelling units. Before we decide what goes where, we need your help. What criteria are most important to you when thinking about where new housing should be located? The decisions we make over the coming months will shape our community for years to come. Let's work together to make sure Garden Grove's updated housing plan really is the very best one for our city and our future. Because it's important to remember, community starts with housing.
Has been a challenging year for all of us. One thing that remains the same is the need for us to support our local businesses. The City of Garden Grove reminds you that this year, more than ever, think big, buy in Garden Grove, and help our local businesses, their owners, and their employees. Between Black Friday, November 27th and December 17th, spend your dollars in Garden Grove. Save your receipts and bring them to the Garden Grove Chamber of Commerce for chances to win big. This year, more than ever, think big. Buy in Garden Grove.